What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Tears for Fears, the show where we rank some of the most gatekeeped opinions on the internet and see if you like us at the end. Today we're going to do an episode all about pop punk movies, or pop punk in movies. I am a major cinephile, so this is perfect. One of my favorite things in the world to do is watch movies. I just love watching movies. They're great. Helps me get out of this sad world sometimes, you know, because life can be pretty sad sometimes. I like to watch movies to get me out of that and get me away from that. So one of the things I added to this list this time is at the very top is pop punk AF. So that means it's the most pop punk. Looking at this list, it's pretty great because realistically, like, I like all these movies. However, we will have to rank from top to bottom, and that's okay. Let's start out super strong, right? Like, let's go strong. Let's start out with the American Pie franchise. Obviously, that's pop punk as fuck, you know? You had not only, Blink-182, Goldfinger, the Bare Naked Ladies, who are not pop punk, but Blink even was in the first movie. They had a cameo, which we'll just show a little clip right here.
God, that guy's in my trig class.
Oh no. Go trig boy, it's your birthday. No,
Please, come on.
It's bad.
Come on. Yes!
All right, get in the mix. Oh.
This movie to me like encapsulates pop punk, the whole early 2000s pop punk. It is the feeling, it is everything that era kind of like just was. American Pie, pop punk, right at the top. Starting out strong. I wanted to put American Pie first because it just sets the tone for this. Where do we go from there? Can't Hardly Wait. Can't Hardly Wait was such a fun movie. It was a party movie, early 2000s party movie. Seth Green, I don't know if any of you guys did, but I wanted to have those like snowboarder goggles on. Like, I thought that was just so cool, but however, it was very expensive. One of the trends I found through doing all of this also is that there are a lot of reoccurring actors. This one does not, however, have any of the American Pie actors. Tara Reid is not in this one. But once again, Blink-182 is in it. Third Eye Blind is in it. Once again, they are not pop punk, but they are in the American Pie franchise as well. So that's pretty interesting. Smash Mouth, Eve 6, 311, Sublime. Not all pop punk, but it's just got that fun feeling, the fun vibes. Is it pop punk AF? Is it pop punk as fuck? No, it's not. But it is darn close. It's great. I think we're gonna put that at A tier. I think that's fair. Next on the list is a movie called Cheaper by the Dozen with Steve Martin. Now, if you were to ask Bear, okay, Bear would tell you that this movie was the top of his list. This was his movie. It had Sum 41, it had Simple Plan, it had Fountains of Wayne. Fountains of Wayne was Stacy's mom. Got it going on. I was never big into this movie. It's got a great soundtrack, but it wasn't my thing. Maybe I'll have to go back and give it another watch. So we'll see. Cheaper by the Dozen would be my bottom tier. It wasn't really my thing, though I love Steve Martin. I do love Steve Martin. I think he is so funny. If you would disagree, let me know in the comments below. I want to know, hop on to Tier Maker. I want to see what you guys do. I want to see what you would rank these. So because you can get any of our tiers on tiermaker.com. Go check it out. Just search for Unsigned Pop Punk. This next one is called Clock Stoppers. I've never seen Clock Stoppers. I've never even heard of Clock Stoppers. We're gonna watch the Clock Stoppers trailer and we're going to judge off of the trailer. I've seen this on so many other lists and I've had other people tell me about it. So let's check it out right now. Here's some more Blink-182. 2 Blink songs. Ten out of 10 want to watch this movie. So with that being said, without seeing it, I am going to put it above Cheaper by the Dozen, even though I've seen Cheaper by the Dozen, but I'm going to put it above Cheaper by the Dozen. I've never seen it, but I do think I'd enjoy it more than Cheaper by the Dozen. So we're gonna base it off of that. Also, in the soundtrack for Clock Stoppers, it has Blink-182, Newfound Glory, Simple Plan, Smash Mouth, Lit, Sugar Ray, Nickelback, and once again more Third Eye Blind. Next up on this list, we've got Dude, Where's My Car? So this is the first movie where we've got a reoccurring character. We got Sean William Scott from the American Pie movies. Dude, Where's My Car? When I first saw this, I didn't like it. It's from 2000. It came out a year after the first American Pie, right? American Pie came out in 1999. Yeah. It's got Ashton Kutcher and Sean William Scott, and it's so funny. After the first time of not liking it, I went back. I didn't give up. You don't give up, okay? You don't give up on Sean William Scott. Dude, Where's My Car is so funny. I love it. I just recently watched it. To me, it holds up. It's great. Watch it. If any of these movies, watch them. The soundtrack has Zebrahead, Sum 41, Good Charlotte, SR71, Smash Mouth, and Treble Charger. Treble Charger, if you haven't heard of Treble Charger, you should check them out. I used to be big into, I used to have a Treble Charger on cassette tape. I don't remember the album though. Dude, Where's My Car? As good as Can't Hardly Wait. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can't Hardly Wait and Dude, Where's My Car? Pop punk movie staples. Next one, we've got Eurotrip. Eurotrip just it brings me back to that early 2000s vibe. You've got Scotty Doesn't Know, which is pop punk gold. Pop punk movie gold especially, which was done by Lustra. It also had 99 Red Balloons cover. It also had Goldfinger's cover of 99 Red Balloons, which is a banger. I freaking love that song. So, Eurotrip, I've seen this movie probably more times than Can't Hardly Wait, and especially Dude, Where's My Car? I've seen that a lot, but not as many times. So, I'm gonna give it an A. It's still not all the way at the top. Next up on our list, I gotta pump myself up. Can't go regular Monster anymore. Gotta zero sugar at my age. Next up on our list, Freaky Friday, the remake with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. Freaky Friday. It's a good movie. I think I've honestly probably only seen it once, but it's got our good friend Jarrett Reddick, Bowling for Soup on there. It's got Simple Plan, American Hi-Fi, and not pop punk, but it doesn't matter. One of the happiest musical artists on the frickin' planet, Andrew WK. If you need to party, you put on some Andrew WK and you're ready to party. Soundtrack-wise, it is pop punk AF. Movie-wise, it's a B. I like it more than Cheaper by the Dozen, which is a good movie. I've never seen Clock Stoppers yet. Do want to. So Freaky Friday is gonna go into the B category. It's gonna be our first in the B category. Next up we have one of my favorite movies from the early 2000s. Well, it's not even early 2000s, from 1999. But I love this movie so darned much. Idle Hands. We got some Devon Sawa, fresh from Casper. This is a little bit after Casper, but I love Casper. I believe it's another movie with Seth Green, which is incredible. Seth Green in this movie is so great. He's got the bottle sticking out of his head, and I believe, I'm not gonna IMDb this, so if I'm wrong, just tell me in the comments. But I believe it is Jessica Alba's first ever movie. Now this for sure is pop punk AF. It has a cameo by Blink-182 in here, at least cameo of Tom DeLonge, which I'll show right here.
Break time. All right. Yeah.
It also has a cameo from The Offspring, which we'll show right here.
But no, it's true. His hand killed us yesterday.
Yeah, it sliced me up real good.
Wally, you out there? Get out of here, kid! You had your fun, now it's time to...
But it had songs from The Offspring, obviously, Blink-182, Zebrahead again, The Living End, so good, Rancid, and The Vandals. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. The next movie on this list doesn't get the attention it deserves, and it is Josie and the Pussycats. Josie and the Pussycats is a first on our list, the first next movie on our list featuring Tara Reid. Tara Reid is basically perfect in this movie. This has got the cast of Tara Reid, Rachel Lee Cook, and Rosario Dawson. And this iteration of Josie and the Pussycats, they are like a pop punk band just trying to make it. And it's exactly what we here at Unsigned Pop Punk are all about. What this movie was about. They're just trying to make it, and then they end up getting signed by this like insane record label that is trying to like take over the world with subliminal messages. Was trying to take over the world with subliminal messages. It's just so funny. If you didn't like it the first time, take another look, especially as you're older. If you haven't seen it yet, watch it. It's great. It is pop punk. It is at the top. It is easily in the running with American Pie and Idle Hands. American Pie is going to go down in history to me as the most pop punk movie of all time. It is the soundtrack to my summer. It is how I remember growing up to be for me. It's just going to go down in history that way, at least not for me. This next movie on our list features two actors from the American Pie franchise. Features Jason Biggs and Mina Suvari, which it's interesting because once this movie came out in the year 2000, which was, 1 year after American Pie. Once again, it's super pop punk, soundtrack has Blink-182 again, The Offspring, Wheatus, Foo Fighters, and SR-71. As you're starting to see, these early 2000s movies all kind of shared a lot of the same artists for their soundtracks. Loser, however, I didn't think was nearly as good. I'm gonna give it a C because I didn't think it was that good. It was okay. All of these are worth watching, especially if you want to like get into that early 2000s nostalgia, pop punk nostalgia. Yeah, I'd say a C is pretty fair. The next movie on our list is an Olsen Twins special, New York Minute. At the end of the movie, I did a TikTok about this. If you haven't, if you don't follow our TikTok, go check out our TikTok. This has the Olsen twins, a little more grown up. One of them wants to be a pop punker, a drummer, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure she wanted to be a drummer. And then it's got Eugene Levy from the American Pie franchise. It is, I would say, the best Olsen twins movie I've ever seen. Granted, Olsen twins weren't really my cup of tea growing up, but I did see this one. Eugene Levy is so funny in pretty much anything he does. It was worth watching just for Eugene Levy.
Simple plan. They rock. Woo!
Simple Plan make a huge cameo at the end. They play a song at the end of the movie. Everything goes chaotic. They're running away from Eugene Levy. He's chasing them down, trying to get those kids. They magically just get on stage with Simple Plan. They just run up the stairs because it's just easy to get past security, I guess. But they're on stage and they're like, oh man, Eugene Levy's coming. Let's go. They stage dive right? They just run past Simple Plan, stage dive. One of the Olsen twins is carrying her little dog. While they're like stage diving the crowd surfing, she like yeets the dog. Boom, gone. I don't know if we see the dog again. I would assume we see the dog again. For that, it makes it on the list, but it's a D. Like I don't think it's a good movie. Next on the list is not another teen movie. This came out during that whole like era where doing the like joke movies, you know, like scary movie, not another teen movie, disaster movie, superhero movie, all of those. This was one of the best of them because it just makes fun of all of them, and plus it's got an early Captain America in there. It's super funny. Like, I think it's a good one. It's got a good soundtrack. You know, it's Good Charlotte makes a cameo in the movie. They play, what is it, their high school dance, their prom, or it's some sort of dance. So it's got Good Charlotte, it's got Goldfinger, Mest, you know, it's got a good soundtrack. I'd say not another teen movie. Solid B. Solid B. I don't know why I've got like these hiccups. Sorry if you notice that. Can't help it. This movie makes fun of like Cruel Intentions, Varsity Blues, all of the ones, the teen movies that especially make fun of like where you can hide a beautiful person just like behind glasses, and because they have glasses on or like a baggy t-shirt, they're not beautiful people. You know, I always love that concept in these movies. Like, oh, you take this beautiful woman's glasses off and put her hair down, and all you didn't notice that she was just incredibly gorgeous. Okay, it's cool. I mean, I think this makes me look worse, to be honest. Like, I think my glasses make me look better. Yeah, like, I feel like when I take my glasses off, like, I always see in the mirror, I feel like somehow, like, my eyes get, like, closer together, like, my face shifts, and I just instantly become this weird-looking creature. Next on our list is the movie Out Cold. It's a snowboarding movie, and it is so funny. I used to love this movie. I used to rent this from Blockbuster. If you remember Blockbusters, that was my jam. I used to rent this from Blockbuster all the time though. Or Videovision, if you had a Videovision. It's a good one though. It's got those, like, if you're a big fan of Kevin Smith, it's got that Kevin Smith kind of vibes to it. You know, it's got Jeremy London, I believe, is in this, and yeah, he's, you know, same guy as that was in Mallrats. I highly recommend this movie. So some of the bands from this soundtrack: Sum 41, Lit again, Eve 6, and Jimmy Eat World. It's got a solid soundtrack, solid movie, solid humor. A tier. There's a lot of A tiers here. Now this one, it's kind of funny because it makes it onto the list. It doesn't have those early 2000 vibes at all, but it makes it on the list because the soundtrack is randomly like super pop punk and emo. So SpiderMan 2. There is no pop punk cameo that I'm aware of in SpiderMan 2, but there is a Bruce Campbell, and that's probably more important than any cameo when you have a Bruce Campbell. The soundtrack for this movie, like, Yellow Card, The Ataris, Midtown, Taking Back Sunday, and obviously Dashboard Confessional ripping with Vindicated. Major soundtrack, you know, so good. Movie, it was okay. It's not Spider-Man 3, you know. We don't have a tier low enough for Spider-Man 3. That would be F, because that movie failed. How do we feel about this? I like this. I like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I thought Tobey Maguire's a great Spider-Man, but we're not here to talk about superhero movies. But it's a solid movie. It's a B. Solid. It's a solid movie. I liked it. And soundtrack? Chef's kiss. Second to last movie. We got 2 left. We got 2 movies left. 2 movies left. This next one is The New Guy. Is this guy from Eurotrip? DJ Qualls. Lyle Lovett was in this. That's great. Eliza Dushku. Loved her. Zoe Deschanel. Oh, I loved her too. I fudged up. He's in Road Trip, which is also super pop punk. Like, it's got, you know, came out in 2000. Super pop punk. We know that. The New Guy came out in 2002. So, yes, Road Trip. That's a super pop punk movie. But now, we're back to The New Guy. You know, hold on. You know, the Road Trip should be on this list, but that's okay. It's okay that's not. But it's, you know, it's got Tom Green. Tom Green ruled, man. So funny. Okay, The New Guy. Yes. So it's got DJ Qual, and he's super funny. I love this kid. And then he was a kid, and he's probably the same age as me. This was a pretty good movie. It's pretty darn funny. I don't think I would give it a B tier, to be honest. But it is funny. I would say, like, I haven't seen Clock Stoppers once again, so I can't judge it off of that. I do like it more than Loser, but I don't think it's probably as good as Not Another Teen Movie, SpiderMan 2, or Freaky Friday. I'll give it a C. But let's talk about this soundtrack. It's got a good soundtrack. It's got Simple Plan, Eve 6, who's been in almost all these at this point now, Green Day, SR71, Offspring, Good Charlotte, Bowling for Soup, and a fun fact, the video for Simple Plan's song, I'm Just a Kid, features the cast from this movie. The more you know. Okay, and our last movie, once again, features an up-and-coming stud of a human being, Ryan Reynolds. Everybody loves Ryan Reynolds, and if you don't, you're wrong. Features Ryan Reynolds, and once again, features the ever-so-stunning pop-punk movie queen, Tara Reid. Obviously, it is pop-punk AF, right? Look at this. 3 of the 4 top pop-punk movies feature Tara Reid. It's gotta tell you something. Tells you something right there. Van Wilder. Such a funny movie. Soundtrack for Van Wilder has Sum 41, Sugar Cult, American Hi-Fi, Jimmy Eat World, and The Living End. It is basically what every male in the early 2000s wanted their college experience to be like. So, if this is the college experience, American Pie 1, the first American Pie, was your high school experience. For the most part, what you wanted your high school experience to be. I mean, you didn't want to get caught by your dad having sex with a pie. That's it. That is our tier list. It's solid. It's good. It was good. Let me know whether you agree or disagree on my choices. I think the top 4 movies here are as early 2000s pop punk as it gets. Some of these can be interchanged however you want. That's fine. A lot of these were the movies of my young adulthood, my teenhood. American Pie came out when I was in high school. This was literally how I grew up, how I felt like my childhood was. I didn't get caught having sex with a pie, but I got caught doing a lot of really stupid crap. I know that a lot of the packs that they made in these movies, like, I did that stuff. That's how my high school, that's how I felt growing up, or how I emulated myself. Like, I emulated myself after a lot of this stuff. These were the movies of my youth. And with that being said, that is the end of this video. If you'd like to make your own tiers based off of these videos, you can go to tiermaker.com, look up Unsigned Pop Punk, and you can use our tiers. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. Were we spot on? Is my opinion crap? What do you think? Let me know what you think. I want to know. You guys want to join our Discord and watch some of these movies? We'll have a watch party. Let's do that. That sounds super awesome. Once again, thank you so much. Please click that like and subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next video.